see the law of this jungle. It's as old and as real as the sky. And the wolf that abides will prosper, but a wolf that breaks it will die. You see out here in this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. I used to run with the pack, nowadays I run for the pack. Represent from the front to the back, wolves in my heart, my city on the map. I was in the field, you're sitting on the bench. See me in the gym, rep till I'm bench. Sweat till I win, that's a victory stench. Yeah, we stay ready for the war, man, I settle in the score. Settle it. Right now I'm with the hype, I ain't in it for the light. I was down on the ground, now I'm up for the fight. I'm on it. See sight at the dark, now it's into the light. Out for more, down for my team. I wake up and I'm chasing a dream. Done dirt, but my crep stay clean. Send for me, view, boy, I am me. Look at my camp with the verses. Clean sheeting him, and I'm on the verse with. Prize fighter, I'm taking the purses. Deathmatch to your family in hearses. The law of this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. You see out here in this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.
A little bit later than planned and slightly different looking than planned. This is Matchday Live Extra. I'm Mikey Burrows. Tonight's home of football. We're at the London Stadium for West Ham United against Wolves. As you can see alongside me, getting very cosy, is the Hall of Famer Andy Thompson and the former Wolves and West Ham flying winger Matt Jarvis, who has just spent the last half an hour schmoozing his way around the corporate areas of the London Stadium. So that's why he's looking a lot sharper dressed than Tomo and I. Sartorial elegance is hard to come by when you grow up like me and Tomo. Anyway,
Speak for yourself.
Well, you should say that. You should see what Tomo looked like at his special dinner last week. Goodness me, make an effort. Anyway, we've got a lot to try and rush through between now and kick-off. We'll get to the team news. We'll flash it up on screen in just a second. But it is quite an interesting lineup. No Nathan Collins, of course, through suspension. And that's meant, Andy Thompson, that we're not entirely sure how this is going to go. So it might be a back four, in which case Ruben Neves is playing as a centre-half again, and Johnny is right back, and Nelson Semedo could be in midfield. But then when we don't have the ball, it may well turn into a back five with Johnny as part of a back three and Semedo as wing back. That's what we're expecting. We'll flash up that team news on screen for you now. You look at the list of names, they're good names. We're not entirely sure what shape they're going to be in, Tomo.
No, it's not. So, look, we don't know if it's gone with a 4 or a 5 at the back with Johnny and Neves playing as a back three, Semedo and Ait Nouri as the wing back. So, look, it'd be interesting with his lineup that he's put out there. He clearly thinks that something's worked in training, but I think that a lot of the players have been away on international duty anyway, so he probably hasn't had that much time to work on things, probably a couple of days. So it's going to be interesting to see how they start and what actually happens with the players on there as well.
It's a gamble, isn't it, Matt Jarvis? And when you're in this situation, as Wolves are, and West Ham are to an extent, but you've just been telling us that West Ham have their strongest team available as things stand. Wolves clearly don't. They're going to have to... He's gone for something. Whether it works or not, that's the gamble, right?
That's the gamble. You've got to try something. Obviously, with the suspension, you've got to try and put out the strongest team available and in the best positions. You want your best players in their best positions, but at this point in time, he feels that Neves will probably be best suited for the team at centre-half. So that's your predicament. You know, I think all fans would love to see Diego Costa playing, but it's probably too soon for him, which also changes a few ideas potentially with the midfield and the attacking players. So it's just something that he's probably thought, this is the strongest team available to me that's going to be the best for the team rather than the individual players.
I mean, what does it say, Tomo, for Gerson Mosquera, for Totti? And maybe does it say less about them and more about just how important Ruben Neves is, that they're kind of trying to work out a way of still being strong defensively, but keep certain players in the team?
Yeah, I can understand it because for that time that he played centre-half, Neves did pretty well there. But I'm just thinking, it didn't say much for the two that he's left out, or hasn't played, I should say. in the team. Look, we bring everybody into the squad, we bring everybody into the club, and they're brought there to play. And if things like this happen, injuries, suspensions, whatever it is, you've got to be looking to put in the team that's going to be best suited for each game. But look, so he's got something in his head about the way that we're going to play. I can't see how he's had that much time to actually go through everything, because they've been on international duty, the majority of them. So probably they come back on Wednesday, maybe Thursday. So they haven't had much time to work. Look, I know the quality players, but there's nothing like playing in your correct position when you're a player, and a lot of things come natural to you as well. So I was surprised that he hasn't gone for one of the two lads to play centre half instead of mixing people up at the back.
Well, he's gone bold. It's a bold move. Bruno Lage maybe feels like the time has come to be bold. Let's hear a little bit of what he's been saying ahead of this game.
Look, it's the way that both teams starts the competition. We didn't start well, and we start with some problems. If you remember, we start the first 3 games. We start the first game with Leeds with 11 players with a lot of problems. The first 3 games again without the striker, we just score one goal, and after that when we don't start well, the emotional side also, I think, it doesn't help. We played 3 games in one week, and even today when we look back, we were winning against Newcastle. If you remember the way they scored the goal, the chances that we miss. The games, especially against Bournemouth. So a lot of things that makes a little difference, but the difference is there. It's 3 points. So to be or 6, you are in our position, or you with 9 points, with 6 points you are in our position, with 9 points you are in the middle of the table. So, but after that, and also especially in the last 2 or 3 weeks, that we have a little bit more time, because after even in the first 3 games, when you look for our squad, how many chances we have. We saw players going, players coming. So just for now, we have at least 1 month of work with this team, and it was good that we have a break here. And I believe that from the feelings that we have in the games, from the things that we are watching the team growing up in the trainings, that the next 8 games until the break for the World Cup, we're going to be in that position, in the middle of the table. I don't have doubt, because the signals are there in the games, the good energy and the good vibes are there in the trainings, and also strikers and goals help the team to arrive at that position.
Well, Wolves had a great record against West Ham after we got promotion. We won the first 4 meetings, but since then there haven't been as many victories, hasn't been as many good performances. But let's take a look at the last time Wolves won here at the London Stadium. Ball in behind, flag has stayed down, big opportunity, and Pablo Fornals has smashed it over the top of the crossbar. Wolves just caught napping for the first time this evening. Looked over for a flag. Connor Cody's questioning Anthony Taylor. It didn't come, and Fornals rather rushed his effort. Cody's ball forwards, Doherty in field, heading it wide for Traore. Traore now trying to go on the outside, beats 2, lifts his cross in and headed home! There it is! The Mexican sensation is back up and running. Traore to Jimenez. A classic golden combination comes up with the goods at the London Stadium. West Ham 0, Wolves 1.
Well, there's the impact that he's already done, hasn't he? You saw him just a few moments ago go past 2 players again. He's gone past them. But a great delivery, final ball. Well, put it.
He couldn't miss.
No, he couldn't. It's a great ball in. Great ball in.
Here's Mikel Antonio on the run, curling one. Just hits the stanchion, holding up the net behind the goal. There's Traore on the turn. Skipping away from 2 challenges, brilliant footwork, brings Doherty into it. Doherty clipping his cross to the far post. Neto! Oh, you're unbelievable! That is sensational! Incredible goal from Pedro Neto. Well worth the wait of the last 3 months. The man who scored Wolves' last goal before lockdown, on the first game post-lockdown, comes up with something simply stunning. So Wolves got themselves a victory in that game, but it's been a couple of unhappy visits since. I guess, Tomo, the question is, what do they do today to try and change that run that they've had against West Ham?
Well, so they've got to be more clever, creative in that top third for me. So look, that's been the big problem. I think this season, and so look, and a few seasons as well. So look, he's scoring goals. I've said it time and time again. We've got to take a little bit more of a gamble up in that top third. Got to be creative, just to have a go. Just somebody, just be positive in there, because they've done well defensively since they got into the Premier League. They've done well in that middle third with the midfield area, and it's always been a nemesis of them up in that top third, where they've always struggled to get an amount of goals. We've always defended really well, which has allowed us opportunities to win games with that odd goal. But for me, so look, I just think I'd just like to see just somebody anticipating something, just gambling, going up there and taking the game to the opposition, and that's the big problem that I don't think they've done enough times for me.
That's the thing, isn't it, Matt Jarvis? They're going to have to find a way to score goals, right? And that's always going to be key, whether it's against West Ham, whether it's against Man City. Anybody they play, Wolves have to find a way to score. That's the simple part of the game.
Yeah, look, Tomo's spot on. The defence, the midfield, the passer play. I think I've spoken to loads of people recently who say, like, watching Wolves is great. You know, it's really nice to watch, but it's just putting the ball in the back of the net. I think, you know, what Tomo was saying about just in the final third, just make something happen. You know, instead of turning in and playing that nice, safe pass back, actually open yourself out, have a shot, take someone on in that penalty box, try and get yourself a yard to get a shot away, or to create contact, or to be in a position that you're going to create an opportunity for a teammate, or that run in behind to create space for someone else. I think that's the biggest thing that's missing from Wolves. And I think obviously with Diego Costa on the bench, everyone's going to be wanting to see him, but it's a lot of pressure, and it's a lot of work for him to come on and to do well. He's not played for a long time. Yes, he's trained for a few weeks, but you know, to come into this team to have the same impact that he had before, it's a big ask for straight away.
How are you both feeling? Tomo, prediction, what's your thoughts?
Oh, I don't know. Look, say I'm never going to go against Wolves, but like say, I'm just looking at the starting lineup and what it could be and what formation we're going to play. And look, we talk about Neves, and look, say I'm sure that he's going to be comfortable playing in that back line, but it's taken away that creativity in midfield as well by going a little bit further back. So it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult for us because we haven't really set the world on fire going forward. But hopefully today, fingers crossed, that this is going to be the one. I know West Ham are struggling themselves. So it's an opportunity. If we can just take the game to them, just put them on the back foot, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get something. And I think we'll probably just nick it today, 1-0.
Matt Jarvis, but don't worry, all those people behind you, all those West Ham fans who used to love you, they can't see you and they can't hear you. So what are you thinking today?
Just whisper, mate.
With this game, I think you look at it, West Ham are not in great form. The confidence is low. They have put out a strong team. Well, I think at the moment for them, with the players, the way they're playing, I think this is their strongest team available. But starting games, they've been really poor this season. So if Wolves can get out the blocks and do well like they have done in the past, it's a massive feat to come back into a game when Wolves are defensively sound. So it's all about the starting position for me. But I said it before. I did a Wolves podcast a couple of days ago. I said I wasn't changed my mind, so I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Okay, we will see what happens. Short but sweet today. We'll be back next game with a full 45-minute preview. We'll be there at wolves.co.uk and via the Wolves app for full radio commentary of this one. And because Jarvo is here, we are contractually obliged to show his goal and all the other goals from when Wolves won away at West Ham at Upton Park in 2010. Enjoy that. We'll see you for radio commentary in a couple of minutes.
Here's Parker. Yeah, he was a little unlucky, that he couldn't get to that ball before it bounced, and just as it bounced.
Oh, a mistake by Tompkins. He's set it up here for Kevin Doyle, and from the angle, he takes advantage of the mistake. It's a horrible error for Tompkins, and it gives Wolves a vital foothold in this relegation battle.
No, you don't need to be doing things like this. It's a mistake from an inexperienced defender. Gets caught in all sorts of different minds, I think. But make no mistake about it, this is not an easy finish. It's on his weaker side, Kevin Doyle's, he's left. But he just takes his time. He doesn't thrash at it. He just guides it quite beautifully, in my opinion. Wide of Robert Green and finds the far corner. It is a real kick in the teeth for West Ham. But Wolves, again, for the third game in a row, have an away goal.
And Kevin Doyle cements his place as the club's top scorer with his 7th of the season. Challenge from...
Here's break up the play.
Spectre. And Kobe. Now Jones, Zubar are set off here, the fullback Ronald Zubar!
Wow!
A superb strike from the fullback, and how crucial as a lifeline to Wolves could that be?
Well, I can't believe what I've just seen there. What a strike. David Jones involved again, as you'd expect. Not only winning the ball, but playing it through, and I'm thinking it's too wide, he won't hit it. He won't hit it. Wow, what a strike. Absolutely glorious. Gets a little deflection there, just kicks it up off the ground, but he struck it beautifully, Zubar. Wow. The differing faces of a football manager.
Relief and elation for Mick McCarthy. Deflation and desperation for Gianfranco Zola. But for Zubar, what a way to score his first. But the anxiety written all over the faces of the home supporters.
Well, it can change.
Kobe. Now Jones, and Jarvis is in here. Matt Jarvis! It's turning into a rout. It's a superb night for Wolves, but it is a night of absolute desperation for West Ham United Football Club.
Well, they may have been hanging on to their Premier League life, but that's a goal of real Premier League quality. An absolutely stunning finish, and David Jones again is right at the heart of it. Collecting the ball and playing it early, and Jarvis's run from out to in is absolutely top class. His first touch is glorious, his second is even better. And this game surely now is beyond West Ham. There are people disappearing out this ground, Rob, and we're just 60 minutes in.
See, the law of this jungle is as old and as real as the sky. And the wolf that abides will prosper, but a wolf that breaks it will die. You see, out here in this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. I used to run with the pack, nowadays I run for the pack. Represent from the front to the back, balls in my heart, my city on the map. I was in the field, you're sitting on the bench. See me in the gym, rep till I'm bench. Sweat till I win, that's a victory stench. Yeah, we stay ready for the war, man, I settle in the score. Right now I'm with the hype, I ain't in it for the light. I was down in the grind, now I'm up for the fight. Seaside at the dark, now it's into the light. Out for more, down for my team. I wake up and I'm chasing a dream. Don't dirt when my crap stay clean. Send for me, view, boy, how you mean? Look at my jump with the verses. He's cheating him and I'm on the verse with. Prize fighter, I'm taking the purses. Deathmatch and your family in hearses. The law of this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. See, out here in this jungle, we run it forward and back.